I'm Anjanice Rawls with the Graceful Pen Studio, if you're not already following me. And today I'd like for you to come along with me as I use papers from the Cardstock Warehouse, and I'll be creating 2 Welcome Baby cards. So I hope that you're inspired by this to create something on your own or of your own. And let's get started. Thanks for joining me. For the first card design, I'll be using 2 papers from the Woodstock Cardstock collection. One is Cypria, and that's this beautiful blush pink. And the other one is Betula, and it's got like a little speckled grain in there. And it's really beautiful. I love the texture of the paper. It is smooth, but when I say texture, it's a heavyweight cardstock, and they're just beautiful papers to work with. Let's get started. I'll use my paper trimmer to trim these papers down to 5x7 finished card. The base layer is the Betula, and it will be 10x7. And for the top portion, let's see. Let's do it at 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I scored the 10x7 at 5 inches, and I'm going to use my bone folder to put a nice crisp crease on there. I'll be using this set of cutting dies from Spellbinders, and it's the scallop and stitched edge ovals. And then I've trimmed down a sheet or a piece of the Betula to 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 to cut that first scalloped edge. Of our first scalloped oval. And I'll just follow up with the rest of the shapes until we're done. I'll be alternating the colors for the ovals. This one has a stitched effect around the edges that I really like. And the last one is using the Cypria to cut out the final piece. There were more layers to the scalloped ovals, but I didn't do all of them. Look how cute that is. Isn't that adorable? I even like the negative space that's left behind. I might find a use for that. I'll just use my little 2-in-1 to get these little extra pieces out. Small pieces. And I might need this little piercing here. There we go. Oh, look at that. It came right out. Isn't that just adorable? I love that. So I'm going to get ready to assemble my card. And I'll be using the score tape to adhere the layers together. I love how this is coming together. I think it's so pretty. Of course, if you want some extra dimension, you could always use foam tape, but I'm just using the score tape. Well, for whatever reason, I couldn't get my Barely Arts glue to squeeze through the little precision tip, so I squeezed out a little bit on paper here, and I'm just gonna kind of dab some little areas on there. My mom used to always say that necessity is the mother of invention, and sometimes when you need something to work, you'll find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way, so hopefully that has enough on there. And it'll just lay right on top. And I'm not worried. I probably could have used a glue dot up under that center area. Seems like maybe I can just put a tad bit more glue on paper. I think it started to dry up. Oh, actually it did adhere on that side, but not so much on this side. So touch a little dab there, and it's going to dry clear, so I'm not worried about that. So I got a little workaround there. All right. So I'm going to use two different pens here. I've got a Le Pen Flex. It's a brush tip pen. And I've got a Pigma Micron archival ink pen. And it's kind of like those drawing pens, but this has a very fine tip and it's pink as well. And I'm just using my laser level that I got from the hardware store. You can find any type of a laser level that's used for, installing hardware on the walls when you want to hang pictures. But you can use that to give you a guideline without having to draw pencil lines and then erase them later. So, let's see, I think I'm going to write the word welcome. A handwritten look always adds to the charm of anything that you make. So we're not striving for perfection. We want to give it that personalized, handmade touch that makes it feel like it's made by a human hand. And now we have a finished card on the outside, and of course you can write whatever sentiment you'd like on the inside. Isn't that gorgeous? I just love how that turned out. Our Welcome Boy card, we're using the Woodstock Betula and Color Plan Powder Green. So this is going to be a flat panel card instead of a folded card. And we've got a 5x7 and then 4 3/4 by 6 3/4 and then a 3x5 sheet of cardstock. Using this Spellbinders 3D embossing folder and its beautiful butterflies. I'm embossing the green cardstock, and I'm going to take my Spellbinders mini mister and spray it with a little bit of water to make it easier for it to emboss. The papers need to stretch a little bit, so the water helps with that. So yes, the paper curls a little bit, but that's okay. It will flatten back out and it will be mostly dry, pretty much dry after it comes out of the embossing folder. This is really gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Wait. Oh my goodness, look at that reveal. Isn't that beautiful? I love that 3D impression. And the paper is dry. Get ready to assemble our card. It's going to be a flat card. Of course, if you wanted to, you could choose to have something printed on the back and then, have the front looking pretty like this. And then that way it would be a two-sided card. That's up to you. Because of the depth of the embossing, I'm going to use my crafty foam tape. So this is the crafty foam tape, and it does allow you to add a little bit more depth to your cards. And also it's helpful for a 3D paper because this is not going to lay completely flat. So I found that the foam tape helps to adhere a little bit better. This is the pen that I used, the Le Pen Flex, and it's like a mint green. It was in the pastel collection. I am ready to adhere the top layer of this Welcome to the World card. And this could even be like a baby announcement card. Maybe that's what I'll do. I can give you an idea of what could go on the back. That would be really neat. I love the crafty foam tape. It's nice, strong adhesive, and it adds such wonderful dimension to the card. Isn't that nice? I love it. So here on the back, I'll be writing the baby's name. So I really like how that turned out. Just a neat way to create a card, a flat card. So here we have our finished cards, and I really hope that you love them. Thank you so much for following along. And until next time, stay crafty.